For this section of the exam paper, they may ask for specific details about a foreign country and how it's been affected by climate change. We have looked at the tiny island of Tuvalu and how it has been affected by climate change. Sea level has already risen by 20 centimetres around Tuvalu since 1870, and it's increasing at a quicker rate today. This LIDC is the fourth smallest nation in the world, made up of 9 small, low-lying islands just covering 26 square kilometres. That is much smaller than Tamworth. Tuvalu is located 3,000 miles northeast of Australia in the Pacific Ocean. The highest point of the islands are just 4.5 metres above sea level, with 2 of its islands very close to disappearing.
Te pistai mo nga lupa me aka e me fopera mai tua pera matangi ka fa yeangi to ko ngara se leine ma to lo ko sala mai ya pola ma tu ko tai leia ma to mai te matangi te pistai.
Tuvalu has been greatly affected by climate change. The livelihoods of the people of Tuvalu are in danger, and if they are not careful, will all become environmental refugees and have to leave before it becomes totally underwater and uninhabitable. The islands, being so isolated, are greatly affected by small changes to the climate. The seawater is rising into the water supplies and poisoning the crops and remaining freshwater supplies. With droughts more common and no natural rivers on the islands, fresh water is becoming so scarce for the residents that they're going to have to import the water. Earning a living is also getting much harder for these people who live there. The warmer waters are bleaching the coral reefs and forcing fish to migrate away. Storm surges are also destroying their homes and drowning their crops, making it very hard for the residents to survive and make a living. Because Tuvalu is very poor, it's having to appeal to the world for help to survive. The government has been to the signing of the Paris Agreement to plead for the rest of the world to reduce its CO2 emissions before it's too late for them. Ironically, Tuvalu does not produce very much CO2 themselves. Some residents have already given up and left as environmental refugees to New Zealand, and Australia has a plan to take on board other people should they want to leave. So Tuvalu has had to try and come up with adaptation strategies. Tuvalu has tried to raise money from abroad to adapt in preparation to the rising sea levels. Japan has supported the coral reef restoration program to try and build a natural defence against storm surges. Tuvalu has also built higher sea walls around the capital to help reduce coastal erosion, but these are actually being quickly eroded away. Their latest ambitious plan is to create a floating island. However, as an LIDC, this appears highly unlikely to ever succeed. This last slide shows the overall summary of what we've looked at today, all about the climate change for Tuvalu. We can see its location for this small Pacific islands, 3,000 miles northeast of Australia, with a maximum height of only 4.5 metres above sea level. We've looked at the effects to the people, with increased in tropical diseases and more refugees occurring, the environmental effects with soil and water salinisation and the poisoning of the wells, more droughts and storm surges, and also with their money, such as loss of farmland and fishing industry being threatened due to warmer seas. We've also looked at some of the solutions where the government's appealed to other nations with the Paris Agreement, the coral reef restoration and the building of sea walls. Hopefully this will help you when it comes to revising.